I have been here dealing with the situation. I just want to make a video today because of what, and of course, I know that these people have the ability, like they have whatever it is these people did. I watched how these people here talked to me and dealt with me differently after the fact that they had dealt with me differently after um, they dealt with me differently after. Like at first, whatever the case may be, I'm minding my own business. I go to work. I'm dealing with work. Then I'll start getting harassed. Because this happened when I worked at Walgreens. Um, it happened when I worked at Whirlpool. And and generally it's happened with a lot of people who, and I didn't even really notice this, that begin with a W or something somewhere in this situation. I noticed that a lot of the this energy, or whatever you want to call it, conflict, is coming from a lot of different things. And I've noticed that I have stuck with the W for some reason, because mainly that's generally the people that, or the whatever, that would do business with me. I would go and I would get, you know, be in other places and positions, but I end up getting harassed really, really badly. And they say that you're supposed to stick it out, like whatever it is, you're supposed to stick it out. But when it comes to the point where these people have harassed me so bad, and then you come to see the strategy that they have to use you to get results for themselves. And then they shut you off. After everything happens or goes on, they use you because they tell you to do something in which I honestly don't even understand what's the complete story behind what's going on. The only thing I know and understand is that we have been a target for a very long time. And it's not just I understand that it's lots of things that's going on in the entire world. But it's hard for me. I've had to focus on those things my entire life and not get my situation taken care of. For whatever this system is, or whatever these people are doing to me, these people continuously keep doing stuff to me. They continuously keep doing things to my family, and they keep hiding behind it because it's like they have the authority, or they have the ability to hide and get whatever it is they want, but they're causing chaos and destruction in my family. So I'm going through the situations with the school where at first they started tripping out, or whatever, the situation with Robbie at the school. Now they were going to Sandusky schools and they kept getting harassed and beat it up and all this other type of stuff. And nobody had listened at all. Nobody listened. But then when I went to, and my son, he went to CNAC in Sandusky. The little one, he went to CNAC in Sandusky, and out of nowhere said that he had threw a book, and the teacher ran and grabbed him by his collar. And I just so happened to be there when that happened. And I charged inside of the building like, please don't let that have been my child that I seen her pick up by his collar. And it was. So, we had an issue out there. I had went and spoke with the owner of the building over at CNAC. And, she showed me the video and I was looking at it and I was sick to my stomach, and they were saying, I said, can I get a copy of the video? Can I get some type of something stating that this is happening because that this happened? Because at that point in time, it was just like I constantly have to continuously keep removing my child from school or removing my children from somewhere because these people keep doing messed up shit, or they keep doing stuff that's messed up. And then they use services or the authority like Child Protective Services to threaten me or to intimidate me so that I be quiet. But at this point in time, like, a lot of the stuff that was going on, whatever it was, they was talking about whatever you doing, do it in secret. Don't video record it. And a lot of times they'll say you're not allowed to video record in certain areas because they doing some foul stuff or whatever. So they're saying, you can't video record what's going on, blah, blah, blah. But I video record every chance I get. Every chance I get, I video record every interaction, every phone call, every this, every that, because it just, honestly, it don't matter. Can't nobody say that wasn't me on the phone call unless y'all speak up and say, okay, we roll by a different system that allows other people to speak in through us instead of it physically being me, so that they don't have a way out of this situation. They keep harassing me with it. And so no. So I told like this happened back in Michigan. It happened when, it was stuff that was going on. We went to, the schools in Warren, and they was doing whatever they was doing out there. And, I think that this was a push behind the information that I know about the system, that whoever was pushing me. Like, I honestly can't understand, like, why they just kept using me in the first place. Like, they was using me because they thought I was stupid or oblivious to the situation. They used my mother because she was a Christian. And, people, they are oblivious to the situation or what these people are doing and your identity when you're doing what you're doing. But the one thing that they don't know or understand is that when people know whatever, they have been very cautious because they know that I know and understand exactly what's going on. When people are doing things, I become to understand it, like what it means when these people are talking. And a lot of time this situation goes on because there's the W and then there's the V, which stands for Van Low. And they'll go and they'll say that we're not using the reason why I'm making this video right now is because there's a certain situation that's happening with the school. Now, I had started with my children's school right now because they don't actually go in the building to school. They go because they had threatened and harassed me so bad, saying that they were going to kill my children and abduct them from school. And then in return, one of the little boys from the school had ended up getting, one of the little boys from Port Clinton had ended up coming up missing. And he ended up dying. They ended up finding him, I believe, in an abandoned house, in a chimney, in an abandoned house. So I was sitting here like, I truly don't understand why. Like, I've had some very weird things happening to me in my life. And I'm like, Of course, I get to be the stupid one because everybody get to use the stupid one. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm being nice. I'm helping people. I'm doing the best that I can. Like, I'm not perfect, but I'm out here. I'm trying. I'm doing the best that I can to be a good person. And I keep getting dogged out and I keep getting used and abused. And me and my children keep suffering. And of course, you would think that these is children. Why are y'all allowing this stuff to happen to my kids? Because whatever it is, it's some type of voice behind this stuff telling people that they don't have children by me. But whatever this system is, whoever is caught up in it behind what they're doing because they're a slave trader too, or whatever you call it, if they don't want to call them slave trading right now, an associate, mover, however you want to call it, people that come to you or deal with you, you're using their identity. And there are certain things that you have to do. And that's the reason why the police is so adamant in trying to check people and say that people are doing things because they know that they know the confines behind this system, what these certain things mean when you're doing them. Because it's taken me since 2019 when I left Whirlpool, when them people was hurting me and dogging me out so bad. I was like, it's just weird that this is happening because I have a sister back in Detroit that was working for those people in Detroit, and she was going through the same thing. She also acquired a rare disease that nobody could understand where it came from, and she was going through stuff, and then all of a sudden I started experiencing it. But it was things that was weird stuff that was happening on that contributed to that. I was dealing with the fact that people started, they would use me, get all the help that they could from me, and then they would turn around and start being extremely horrible to me. And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. But people put you in a moment where they sit and they bully and bully and bully and bully and bully you. And when you don't believe in them no more, when you do not believe in them anymore and you tired and you don't believe in them, you get the best, you tired, then they turn on you and they say that you was mean. But at this point in time, I just don't have no more faith. I don't have no more faith in people, and I can't hide that. I can't hide that I don't have no more faith in these people when it comes to the fact that I have put in so much work, and I have put in so much work into this life to be mistreated the way that I am mistreated is so unfair. I wake up every single day and I just think about the fact that they tried to kill my children and I didn't have no one physically here. I didn't have anybody physically here. And the people that's causing the commotion in my life, they just want me to accept it. They want me to accept death. They want me to accept all the messed up stuff that these people have been doing to me. They want me to just accept it. And it's so unfair for me because I didn't do anything. I wasn't doing nothing. I'm just tired. Like, I just got tired of people picking and harassing at me when I'm working hard and I'm trying to do something to help me and my children. And I just keep getting harassed and dogged out. At every point in the time, you just keep having to get dogged out and harassed because people doing messed up stuff to you. So it's like you moving on because you trying to this system, it literally makes you not be able to help your children out because they don't want for you to. This is a whole entire corporation thing. It is. And they hide under businesses. They regulate under businesses in the quote unquote matrix of the business. And I just thought that it was so crazy that, we had sat and watched movies about different things that was going on. And at the time, I didn't really even pay attention. But we watched the one movie, The Matrix, and all this other stuff like that. And then they started talking about the, in school right now, we learning about that stuff, about, but in biology, about the quote unquote, the matrix inside of the mitochondria. And then the last job that I worked at Whirlpool, the insurance people or the people that you deal with concerning your leaves, your medical leaves, and different things like that is called the matrix. So what they trying to say is that whatever is going on, the problem that's occurring or happening, it's with that. That's the problem. Why? So now I haven't caught these people from Whirlpool, or I haven't talked to them. I have not talked to them at all. I haven't talked to them at all because they did me wrong and they was able to treat me however. And when I went back, even after I was like, I'm going on strike because y'all did this to me, they was sitting on the phone. I was speaking to human resources and they were sitting on the phone laughing and giggling. And at that point in time, I knew that they didn't have my best interests at heart. I knew that. I knew that it was just time for me to just stop talking to them and just go and sit at home because you don't have to be in my shoes when I'm going in this job and I'm getting picked on and harassed, but people are hurting me and using a system or a situation against me because they can make it win that way. And then I had people that was mistreating me and doing really messed up stuff to me because of whatever. However it is, it's because this system has continuously held me back for so long. It held me back. It was messing all over me and holding me back, and I ain't had no kind of way to get no kind of help at all. These people was hurting me and harassing me. And I just got to sit and watch people just have a good time. People have better lives and better things. And I'm not even doing nothing. Because I'm not doing nothing. Somebody tried to take advantage of me and just continue to keep making me have to live in their little messed up cycle. And I ain't did nothing to nobody. And I'm not doing nothing but taking care of my kids and working. And now they keep coming back to me, and I keep having to deal with this one particular cycle involving Robert and the situations that we encountered with the situation. It's like a live around thing. They saying that we can't get over this because you keep hurting. I can't get over this situation when I have done absolutely nothing but be nice to people, and then you turn around and you see that people they were intentionally hurting and abusing you and your children because of a situation you had with somebody else. So because they holding you back and you can't move forward, you can't do nothing, they are threatening to kill my children. They were threatening to kill my children. They were saying you could just told my child to kill himself, and you go and you tell the police about it, and there's nothing that they can do about it because they don't have a phone bill. I guess that's supposed to make me have to leave this company and go get another phone bill. Like, I'm tired of y'all keep forcing me. Maybe this company needs to get a phone bill because I am a single mother with no help from the fathers, and y'all telling them that they not the father and that they don't have to be a father to these children. I am tired of people keep harassing and bullying me and trying to push me into a place where I don't trust them after they have attacked me for so long. They sat and they attacked me. They sat and they attacked me for so long, and I didn't have nobody. The only thing I just kept doing was fighting for me and my 3 children here, while they families and they people was gone somewhere else doing whatever it was that they was doing. They was attacking me and my 3 children. They was saying I was a scam and making shit hard for me to be able to take care of me and my 3 children. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out I'm sitting here trying to figure out why. They were horrible to me. They were horrible to me. And I didn't know about none of this stuff. I just walked around every single day trying to figure out, why do y'all keep attacking me and my children? And everywhere I went, I dealt with the same thing. And it's like, I'm getting tired of this. Like, I'm not doing nothing and I'm getting tired of this. And then you get attacked. And then they end up using the system and figuring out, oh, that's not her. Okay, we let you go. And I've been accused so many different times about harassment, things going on with children. I have been accused so many different times from injuries that had clearly happened inside of the school, and then when I asked them or I asked the school about it, they turned around and called CPS on me. And then CPS come out and investigate me. That's the kind of stuff that I have been dealing with for a very long time. And because wouldn't nobody sit up and do anything about it, I constantly have to be the one to fix what everybody else want me to fix. I have to continuously keep going behind people and dealing with what these people want to be fixed so that I don't have to continue to keep being harassed. And it's like, you hurt me, you bully me, and you harass me. And then when this situation flip, you say, I got to do this in order to get your help. In order for me to get out of this situation, I got to use your help in order for you to stop picking on me or for you to stop harassing me. I have literally been picked on and harassed by people, or people stood by and watched people harass me and treat me so fucked up and ignore it, and then turn around and be like, I'll talk to so-and-so and see what I can do. You was able to do everything you was able to do. You was able to do it. And me and my children suffered. My son had to go to jail behind some stuff. They don't know nothing. Ain't nothing happened over here. But because all I have ever done was taking care of my family, these people have targeted me over and over and over again. They targeted me before I even started having children about the stuff that I had a responsibility to do. And nobody listened to that stuff. The only thing they gonna do is they gonna say that, oh, well, maybe you need to speak with a counselor about it because nobody else can do anything. Well, if I've talked to a counselor, we're at the point here where I had a counselor, right? And every week there was a different counselor. Every week there was a different counselor, or every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks there was a different counselor, because they couldn't even handle what it was that I had to say or understand. They just figure out how to put it in a way where they can hide so that I don't have to be heard at all. These people did some messed up stuff to me. They did some very messed up things to me. And they don't know that this is stuff that has happened to me before in life, that it already happened before. And the ways that people had dealt with me and the things that they were doing, it's just, at times, I really can't even believe it. That I had been all these things to different people and nobody even called to check on me or nothing. The only time people call is when they want to unload their problems and their troubles off on me. And then they go, and then I have to sit and be unfulfilled. I don't get to have any type of healing. I don't get to have anything this time. I don't get anything. I don't get to be able to turn to God to help me through this like I have been doing my entire life. I don't get to turn to God because these people just decided that I wasn't worth believing or having what I could, and that they could just use me. And they was just telling me at one point in time, I mean, you honestly can't even go to the police no more. If you go to somebody else, they just gonna lie and fake and make they gonna lie and fake it and make a fake CPS call and say that they fear for the kids' safety or they fear for somebody's safety, when they know that I am not in a place or a position to hurt me or my children. They just continuously keep picking on me over and over and over again. They keep picking on me. And whatever the case may be, because people not being real about the ways that I have been submissive to the system, and it's so messed up, because the only way that I even see that this stuff even got in is through the encounters I've had with church, through the encounters I've had with people that go to church, through the encounters that I've had with people that believe in God. And I have done absolutely nothing but just try to continue to keep what would Jesus do. I have been out here literally just trying, and I keep getting knocked down, and I don't get nobody that step in to stop this stuff from happening to me. I don't get that. These people here in Ohio, they stood by and they watched me. They watched me go through a lot of stuff, just like the other people did too. And they told the fathers that my children were not theirs and that I was a scam. And so now they don't have to take care of nobody. When I got threatened with a gun, they didn't approve a PPO or anything out on that situation. Like, they just continuously keep taking away from who I am and what is happening to me. So these people are saying that you're doing something, but they're using this stuff to kill elderly people, to kill, like somebody is watching and they looking and they linking up. And the one thing I did notice is that when I first moved here to this building, there was an older lady and her daughter that lived upstairs. And something happened where the daughter ended up moving out, and then the older lady started dying. So they try to say that this is an indication of what is happening or whatever the case may happen. I had a child by this guy named Timothy Deegan. I had Evan by a guy named Timothy Deegan. And so for whatever the case may be, somebody was using the system or whatever it is that happens whenever you go to use the system or whatever it is that these people do that's causing these problems and these issues to happen to us as to the system, why they hiding this sickness and this illness and all this different stuff about people that's it's so many details to this system that I have studied and I understand that is so messed up, that this is stuff that they run off of people back, and that they say that you just got to deal with it in order to have the eternal life. You just got to deal with all these problems and issues. And it's crazy how my children, the one thing I kept talking about is that my children was caught up in, they was having to go to the hospital and stuff like every day. Almost, or to the emergency, or had some type of emergency situation that was going on so bad every day. And with this system, whoever it was that was trying to lead me to tell something, because I spoke with one of the guys at work, and I started going through something. Then you had somebody that felt on your behind, and you like, these people, they just doing whatever they want to me, and they just get away with it. They doing whatever they want to me, and they just get away with what they're doing to me. They just get away with it. This girl touched me on my behind, and these people was at the job looking at me like, no, she didn't. No, she didn't do that. And she did. She touched me on my behind. And to that day, didn't nobody say, yeah, they was helping her out, sitting, talking to her, doing all the fucked up stuff that was happening. That stuff was happening all because you like somebody. And then I started seeing people doing certain things, and I was like, that's weird that you would turn around and you would do some stuff like that because that thing was there, or that somebody would intentionally use that. And I started seeing stuff in my mind. So they was just like, the stuff that was happening. And that I noticed that when I first moved here, I want to say around Kalahari was when I started noticing that people out of nowhere started talking about living the dream. And I was like, that's weird that people, I go around and I start hearing people say that all the time. That's because this is a system that is regulated. The reason why these people have all these police officers that's in their family here, almost every single person has somebody that's either been in the police or they've been in the army or some type of service that's somewhere because of something. Like, I don't know or I don't understand, but somebody have always, if somebody had a police officer somewhere near, got one or two police officers in their family, or one or two people that serves in the service in their family because of this situation. So I was dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. And like, I ain't saying that I'm perfect at all, because I wasn't perfect at all. I wasn't perfect. I just was living life the way, living a messed up schedule the best way that I can. And I'm trying to be submissive, and you watching people go off on you and hurt you constantly, just going off on you, and you angry because you sitting up, you watching your kids get bullied. My kids was going to Sandusky public schools in Ohio. And I literally these kids was chasing my children home from school. They had told my one son that that he needed to walk away from his older brother unless he wanted to get beat up too. They was beating him up on his lunchtime. They was beating him up and doing all types of fucked up stuff to him, fighting him, talking about him, stuck him with a pencil in the classroom. Nobody was saying nothing about that stuff. The teacher, he was getting suspended from school for all of the fucked up shit that they was doing. And so I went to the police. The police said that because the kid is under 10, there's nothing that they can do about that. So then I go to another situation and I say, okay, I went to the court. they told me to go through the court because they said it's something that could possibly be done through the court. So I go to the court and I tell them about the situation that was there at the court. I tell them that these people are doing stuff to me. I went to the police. The police said nothing. So they took my son's name down. And they said, we could have somebody contact you about your son. So I was like, okay. Took his name and his stuff down. And went and talked to them about it. So they was talking in the event. They was like, oh, we don't have nothing for you. If he's not in trouble and he's not doing all of this stuff, we don't have nothing for you. So you don't have anything to protect my child because the other person was a child. You don't have anything to protect my children from this stuff. And I was listening to people that was stopping and saying that people was feeling suicidal. People out of nowhere just drop in talking about, people out of nowhere just come out of nowhere talking about somebody was feeling suicidal. Somebody was suicidal. Somebody was that the little kids over at the school was threatening to kill themselves because they kept getting bullied so bad. And I'm like, I don't know, and I don't understand why, but now that I noticed there was the situation with my one child's father, Brandon Dawson, and he had broke up with the girl Rhonda because, she had her own little things about why she broke up with him. But she told me that she broke up with Brandon because he was cheating and he had a whole bunch of people, that was around. So she had ended up leaving the job. He would come around the job every single day. He would come around the job. He would just stand up to my job and talk to me. And he would say stuff about, he was suicidal and that he was this and he was that. And me tending to him, I was just like, okay, like my caring instinct kicked in and I was calling him, checking on him, making sure he was good. And one thing led to another where it was like, I was on a break from Rob because he kept breaking up with me every other day. Like, come back to me, break up with me, and I go off and I be with somebody else, and then he'd come back and I leave whoever alone or stop talking to them in order to be with Rob, only to get dogged out and treated like trash again. So I had I just altogether, I stopped dealing with him altogether because I was like, this is just, at one point in time, I just, I had dealt with him. I found a pocket full of condoms for Robert in my house, like in his pants while I was doing the laundry. Found a pocket full of condoms. Now there's videos coming all over my phone where people done reacted this stuff out, where they find condoms in the pants in the laundry while you doing whatever. Like, that's the stuff that I had to endure. That's all the stuff. I was there for people and they was dogging me out and treating me bad. And then I had to endure that. That's what I had to continuously endure for being whoever was in return the life that I had to live in order to just be able to live. I had to continuously be put up in a situation where I had to fix what everybody else messed up. All the hurt and pain that people caused me, that people was doing to me, I had to fix it. And then I had people that kept coming on me in this situation that was at my head and at my heart, and people was dealing with me, had me in secret areas, in my head and dealing with me and doing stuff to me. My man was gone, and I was trying to be, understand why it is that everybody else could be in a position to be loved, but I had to continuously be hell in the dark and dealt with in the dark with anybody, that you got a main boyfriend that's supposed to be, I'm at your house, you whatever, and then you turn around and you telling me that you sleeping and you dealing with children. But they used this situation already. They already dealt with them and they used them. And they used my mama and they hurt my mother and they killed my father with this stuff. I'm pissed off. I am so angry every day. I'm angry because I just get to relive the truth of why life was so messed up and nobody have to fix it. Nobody have to fix it, and I'm not even doing nothing no more. Like right now, I'm not even doing nothing. All I just do is I sit and I talk about the memories behind all the stuff that these people was doing and the things that it mean now. And the only thing I get to do is sit, and when things happen, the only thing I get to do is just sit, and it remind me of the things that was done to me over and over and over again. It just reminds me of the stuff over and over and over again. And I had to deal with the fact that nobody cared to help me. Nobody cared to help me. It's like they tried to take the situation somewhere else so that it wasn't so bad. But the truth of the matter is that they told people to stay away from me and I needed help. And then they sat and they bullied me over and over and over again. They bullied me and they bullied my children, and I didn't have no help. I couldn't even turn to the police like that. I didn't have no help. They kept threatening me to call CPS on me and take my children, and I'm not even doing nothing. But because they can, they did it. And that's so unfair.